You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, hey. Voices come. Hey, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Follow me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, them focus, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, that's a get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, them focus, now we not the answer. Man, them God begin the security power. Make you call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV there before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, them focus, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, that's a get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, them focus, now we not the answer. We human them, God begin, let's get the power. Make you call on me, count on me anyhow. We speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
morning, viewers, and welcome to the final edition of the Breakfast Show for this week. We come to you live from Liberty TV. We stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also our website. We're powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And don't forget for download the Liberty TV mobile application on your phone, so that anywhere, any side you go, you will get the opportunity for just click and watch all the content them we really produce for Una the Liberty TV. Alright, apologies for the power cut there. We continue the Breakfast Show as I tell you now today, now the final edition of the Breakfast Show live na Liberty TV. And don't forget to the stream live now with Facebook, YouTube, and also our website, we're powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And also we get the mobile application. If you not download it, you're an iOS user, just go now your app store, type for Liberty TV app. You will see the app they come up, then just click download. As soon as you get the app on your phone, you get the opportunity for watch all the shows them live on your phone. Don't forget, download the Liberty TV app and get the opportunity for watch we live anytime you go. We will continue the Breakfast Show, and we will be doing this final edition come to you this Friday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Nebel Kaba, good morning. Today on Friday, and the 8th day of May 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today again, we get a packed Friday for Una. Also, we get different public interest issues them where we can talk about inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Among the things we can talk about this Friday morning, if you remember, inside December 2025, inside one of the Civic Day series them, the Minister of Labour be announced say they don't get an agreement with the employers them for let the minimum wage move from 800 to 100 and to 1,200 leons. And according to Ramdenton and they made the announcement in December 2025. Then they say by April this year, then they go come into effect. Also, workman them go begin get the new minimum wage when now 1,200 leons. Well, we learn say up till now this not actualized yet. Now one of the issues then we can talk about inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. And also we can continue for talk about the issue we get for do with the new drug scandal where Salon name Depa. We see yesterday the Office of National Security pull a notice for say then they do investigation, but according to them up till now the government not get any official communication yet from the Spanish authorities. Well, if then they claim that and then say then they investigate, waiting and investigate, we go talk about that inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. We also get for bring information regarding the Orange social venture for customers them and subscribers them of Orange Sierra Leone. That's an issues them we discuss inside this Friday edition of the Breakfast Show.
Alright, today we get plenty issues them for now. The first one they begin na a memo we come on yesterday from the Ministry of Internal Affairs, we then direct them to the airline them, Aska Airline, Ethiopia Airlines, Royal Air Morocco Airline, Turkish Airline, Brussels Airline, and Air Peace, Air Sierra Leone and Kenya Airways. All the airline them where they operate na the country. Na this memo them sent to them, and the subject of the memo na non-citizen check for residence permit card and work permit card. Well, this memo we been come out yesterday been sparked a lot of conversations around the social media, and one of the people we been write an article on now the minority leader in a parliament when Honorable Abdukabo a title this article where he writes concerning this memo is a serious legal and administrative concerns over recent immigration directive to international airlines. Forum is say it gets serious legal and administrative concerns over this memo. So Wakayari from Honorable Abdukabo as a minority leader, waiting at some of the legal and administrative concerns, then we say it gets and then very serious. On the line we get the Honorable Abdukabo. Good morning, Honorable, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Liberty. Good morning, people of Salon.
As I don't tell with viewers them concerning a memo we come yesterday from the Ministry of Internal Affairs where then direct to all the airlines them where they come na Salon for get citizen check and resident permit for all travelers them where they come Salon. For you say a serious concern, legal and administrative concern. What is really wrong with the memo where the Ministry of Internal Affairs put out yesterday?
Firstly, now the responsibility will be one shift in the memo. If you look the memo, then decide say, then define airlines for let them check the authenticity of residence permits and work permit. And anybody where they come on at this country and where they enter this country, they go through with immigration. Now the immigration now in our internal mechanism. Now Salon government now in the keep records of foreign employees. Now we know who that they supposed forget permits, residence permits and work permit. So for let you shift the responsibility from immigration with anybody with the cancer salon or the commercial salon, they go through, you shift them, then you go charge airline them. Me feel say fair. Because one, airline they not get the mechanism, they not even get the system for check how authentic a work permit they or residence permit. They not get no database of salon. So that immigration the responsibility than they for check. Then secondly, if you watch the memo, it give a penalty of $3,000 for non-compliance. And where they write the memo, they don't put no law, no statutory implement, no regulation, no policy. Who say that fine they come out? And memo not you they use for implement fine. Where you want fine, you they say pursuant to. Then you state the law where you find the commot. So if there is no law for that, they not get no right to impose any penalty in the absence of law. Administrative notices not simply create penalties without clear legal basis. So that was totally wrong. It raised serious questions about the legality and the enforceability of that directive. Another concern, we're very serious on this notice now that Uda sign now. You don't go take somebody from Lunge International Airport, the immigration Lunge Airport, where they go sign, expect them for implement them wholeheartedly, where you not get the head of immigration for sign them, or you not get even the ministry for sign them, or you not get any gazetted formal regulation we then go look at. And when you watch also the notice, the memo, it's poorly written, poorly drafted. It contains several grammatical and professional errors where they undermine in credibility and also official communication where they come out from any government authority or government institution for go to align them if for meet high standard of clarity, professionalism. Now, let me take a look at the airline. Yeah, they say the operational directive, they say if possible, even don't put in luggage, if you offload them, no matter the term, if the permit not authentic, the airline for offload them. How authenticity they be verified by the airline? Waiting at the system where the airline they use for do that day. Whose office the airline they confirm the authenticity with? Waiting they happen if the airline go pull person, then feel say this in permit is not authentic. Where at the end of the day it authentic. So a lot of inconsistency. If you watch the notice, then say you forget both work permit and residence permit. And not all foreigner they come now we need work permit. For example, you get diplomats then as alone. Then diplomats then they can come with them families then I have for let them families then can stay with them. Then families then you want let them get them family members then you want let them get work permits. Now work then they can work. Not to work then they can work. So you know go say if your line not for allow could not get foreign possibly not get work permit or you not get work permit and residence permit. So therefore clearly and also the absence of verification mechanism. No hotline, no verification portal, no contact office, no digital system. So then they don't provide anything for the airline, and they want the airline effect that kind instruction. So to me, it's totally wrong. Totally wrong. You know, for the fine airline for the responsibility of immigration. Nobody know the way they go through airline, way they go through immigration. Nobody. Where you they come, and let me tell you, in an event, person one go, the person no gets incomplete or it don't overstay. You know they find the airline because the person one go overstay. Even the person, they olam. You they left the person let go, then you prevent them not for come back because it don't overstay. Or you charge them for overstay, we don't overstay. But they go all airline responsible. Not to airline they manage foreign staff them. Not to airline your responsibility than they. You go through immigration. Now immigration they only say because immigration then they check detail. But for check the authenticity, not to airline you the all responsible. Yeah. So to me, it's very disturbing. Very disturbing.
So honorable, as a minority leader in a parliament, beyond your social media post, because you raise concern about procedures and legality of that particular memo day, beyond your social media post, what you don't do as a minority leader in a parliament for ensure say waiting it for be rectified through the right authorities?
I don't do a formal letter where I forward to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. And where they forward also to immigration on this very directive for letter reversal. That's not legal, it's not lawful, it gets a lot of administrative inconsistency, that it would disturb, let's say you pick flights, then on the left alone. Flight then on the shuts down, then they go. Lobby no can discourage more flights. Carry some unnecessary charges them at the flights. Make a very disturbing for them. At this stage, now we for able make sure say we make a more convenient for flights than for the car. Make a more convenient for the airport for the busy. If you go through the immigration workers, then you ask them, most of them now control them, they control them on whether they for allow for go, whether they not for allow for go, whether they for allow for camp, whether they not for allow for camp. More like the one that we get the contract for the permit. You see? So it's unfair. It's very, very unfair.
Now you say you don't write a letter to the Ministry of Internal Affairs for reverse that particular memo day. What it mean for like a whole head of units na the immigration na the international airports write a memo and you minority leader of parliament they call for a reversal of them because you think say they miss procedures and legality?
Well, we a lawmaker. And we for be seen protecting the law. And we for ensure say people abide strictly to the dictates of the law. People don't walk outside the law. So if now they make the law as provided for in the Constitution, Section 105 of the Constitution, we for ensure say any side we people they will use their own discretion or they will use arbitrary powers where they go get. We for call them to order. And this is one situation where they want to do that one day.
But what happens if the letter where you don't write, you don't get a response and they not reverse the decision? What thing will happen?
I will take further actions.
You not only they question the legality of this particular memo, but also you get problem with the grammatical error them where you say they inside there for a whole public institution. If such kind memo they come out from honorable, what does this mean, especially for the public service?
I mean a lot. You know, it's not you. Their notices there, then they compare that with other notices them from other countries then. Then they compare them. Then flights then they deal with several countries then. From there, then go open, you know, a memo from Sierra Leone, where even acquaint they don't spell and find. You know, a lot of then get subject verb disagreements, you know, then get even you know, it's so absurd. It's so absurd. It's absurd. Nobody should have appended his signature to this letter without proofreading it. It's so absurd. This just the so say people that just they do it in they want without reverting to real procedure. Because for a letter more of this nature, several people for the reader. But ensure say it is grammatically correct and it is procedurally correct as well.
All right, Honorable, as you say, you go challenge this particular memo through the relevant authority them. We will continue for follow-up on how this conversation gonna be a pleasure for talk to you this morning at the breakfast show.
Thank you.
All right, that's now the minority leader in Parliament, Honorable Abdul Kagbo, with a question in memo we come out yesterday from the Ministry of Internal Affairs, where they address them to all the airline them where they run a salon for they do a non-citizen check for work permit and residence permit for all passenger them where they come now the country. But this, according to Honorable Abdul Kagbo, it gets serious legal and administrative concerns them where it just don't share with una, and they say they challenge this particular memo through the relevant authority. They will continue for follow that issue. You still watch the breakfast show, and this morning they look at several issues them inside the show.
Alright, and remember, see yourself for the watch the show. Can drop your message in the comment section at the different platforms inside the watch we, or send them to +23274200545. We look at other issues on the program as we tell you this morning. We can look at the issue we get for do with the minimum wage where government be announced last year. Say by April this year, then go make it go to 1,200 leons. But before we can talk to we studio guests them, where they can talk about this, let we just go first and watch the clip. The Minister of Labour, Honorable Rado Soare, being announced now one of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education and Civic Days series also be announced to the public say they don't come to a conclusion after we they meet with different employers them for say them for ace the minimum wage to 1,200 leons. Let me just watch the announcement, then we go can talk to his studio guest them.
Who does have in the country current minimum wage? Anybody? See? Somebody? Yes, that's not the minimum wage, sir. Yes, go. 800, you're correct. So, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, now in the first word, admit say, that money is low, and not able to help people them for make ends meet. You know, but when they talk about all this, in the midst of a difficult global challenge. However, we still think say if we compensate people there for the work that they do. So after months of negotiations with employers, you know, day before yesterday, we don't now agree say would they increase the minimum wage to 1,200 leons. You know, it might not solve all the problems, but that one day for the government show say would they appreciate. You know, again, there's a better condition provision. That means, it means that because they say 1,200, no more you could give. You could do better if you can afford it. So, now one of the good news then, where His Excellency say, this will come into effect in April next year.
All right, that's now the Minister of Labour and Employment, Rado Soare, where they make an announcement on the increment of the minimum wage. But according to Minkailu Payambakoma, it say as of April, Little government pays salaries that increment they not come to effect it, and for I believe say such kind statements where they come out from a minister supposed to be a policy statement. So they can look at this, waiting happen, waiting at the hold up, why the minimum wage where the minister announced not only reflect it, because for is say now according to waiting the president tell now the studio one for welcome Minkailu Payambakoma. Good morning, Minkailu.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel. Delighted for the show.
All right, we just listened to Minister Rado. The table they make the pronouncement for the increment on the minimum wage. But you believe, say, as of the time we government pay April salaries, first you get issue with the delayance of paying salaries. However, the workers that don't receive their salary, but the increments where they announce, you say it not reflect. Also, you pull your source.
Thank you very much. Yeah, before I go to answering the question, I want to use this opportunity. The APC, the month, we lost two of we revered comrades them. Today, most of we fellow comrades then get for the Cambia, and some of we also get for the Waterloo. The former district council chairman, Waterloo, Western Rural District Council, Chairman Aliyu Badara Mansare, we lost him. We do civic laying out ceremony today for him. The more reason why I'm dressed in APC regalia. And some of our colleagues are also go day Nakambia today for also witness the burial of comrade Hamid Kamara. They also don't contribute immensely to the growth of the All People's Congress. So on behalf of the party, I will use this one for express sincere condolences and heartfelt sympathy to the families. May their soul rest in peace. Thank you. Now to your question. Yes, the fact of the matter is, Sierra Leone, we all related one way or the other. We get party them with the work for government and the private sector. We get colleagues that will express them dissatisfaction. I mean, as social media, some man way he get frustration at workplace, he get delay in the payment of salaries. I mean, they say increment for take place, it not take place. People are not hesitant for expressing dissatisfactions and they on social media. Then they express them very seriously, and we only see the facts them very clearly. So yes, Khadija, for answer your question, government first of all delay for pay salaries in the month of April. We all believe say by April 27 will be the observed Independent Day celebration. Will be the anticipate say therefore don't pay salaries. Most civil servants them express dissatisfaction say they not receive salaries, and then the hopeful say by payday, yeah, for celebrate Labour's Day, therefore also receive salary, then not be receive salary. Not until very recently, about 72 hours ago, they don't begin receive salaries.
Alright, so they watch the breakfast show where they come to you live on Liberty Online TV. And at this segment of the breakfast show, we talk about the minimum wage, where we on play a clip earlier outside the Minister of Labour and Employment, Rado Ramansware, being announced by April this year. The government, we don't talk to employer them for let them begin pay workman a minimum wage 1,200 loans actually, when all loans 1,200,000 loans. But we get Minkailu Kuroman at the studio where early this week it being posted in socials. Also, it's a government late for pay the people them, but workman them don't get the salary although it late. But the minimum wage government be announced say go happen in April and not take effect. We come over to you again, Minkailu. You don't give a premise, can lead into the discussion now where we talk about the minimum wage. But the concern where you raise now you post and you just don't make mention of just now. People go say not a novelty, not to the first time this where government they delay for pay workman and salary. Why raising the concern?
I mean, I don't know if the viewers that they get me very clear. If I can go over my statement from inception, or I just continue from the question we asked, except otherwise. I start for express my sincere condolences to the families of two of we revered comrades, the whole loss. Aliyu Badara Mansaye, former chairman of Ward C, Western Rural District Council, will get civic laying out ceremony today, 11 o'clock, now Watalo District Council, where we get to assemble, and some of we colleagues, they go Cambia. We also lost a revered comrade, and there is a notice to the effect. Comrade Hamid Kamara, they all two contribute immensely to the growth of the APC. Today, and another again, most of we comrades of the APC, you go see, say we dress in APC regalia today because we party the month, and we they go for go lay, then we colleagues and day to rest and observe civic laying out for the other one. We go be laid to rest on Sunday. Yes, Mabel, this you go say no to novelty across the sub-region. Sometimes they delay in the payment of salaries, I agree, but except in some circumstances, we're very peculiar. We also know, say, when they say holiday, celebration, most them governments them across the world can pay salaries on time or beforehand, so that families they're not going to be bored during holidays. Then go get the opportunity for celebrate with them families them without want to take a family out. Then go get a lot of things for address. We know say now holiday time and people like even travel for go meet them people they upline. A lot of things that happen. This government delay for pay salaries in April 27 will be the celebrate independent anniversary, 65 independent anniversary. It coincides with the celebration of the SLPP. We done 75. Yeah. Now, waiting, we notice now that SLPP celebration be very, very much flamboyant. A lot of things happen. A lot of speeches were made. But at the end of the day, back, we look at waiting they happen at the country, not reflect on most of the statement the way they make. That was very frustrating. People express their anger on social media. They express their dissatisfaction across. And we follow them conversations and they we warrant some of we for make them tweets then they. Secondly, even on Labor Day, a lot of people be expecting, well, we will not receive salaries for the holiday when at the 27th April. Sometimes they are when at Labor Day now, at least we go get with salaries. Still people not receive their salaries. Less than 72 hours ago, government actually begin pay. Then begin with the security forces them. We as opposition politicians, we follow up on waiting they happen on a daily basis, and we also the whole government accountable, yeah, responsibly and constructively. Now you dey talk about this not a novelty. Me want tell you say I can't wait in the minister say because I hear the minister they say President Bio in your wisdom believes say 800 get small, so he advocate for their employers they increase unto 1,200. When we come in 2007, you go take the handing over notes of Ernest Baikoma and read them. Who say they talk about wages and salaries. You go read what they talk about the minimum wage. We will meet the minimum wage at 21,000 leons. Waiting now you go call 21 leons. In 2007, we come as a government. We increase them to 500,000 leons. Waiting now you go say 500 leons. Now that from 21 leons to 500 leons. See the gap. I mean, again, even when Ernest Koroma be the hand over to President Bio, he tell and say, now the minimum wage will be meet. You know, be they even able to buy one bag rice. But me they hand over this country to you with a minimum wage now, where they buy at least 2 full bags of rice, not of 25 kg or 50 kg bags of rice. Because then in the rest now been 220, 230, 250 at most. You go buy 2 bag rice, then big bag, then change left back. So Ernest Koroma, a day in the handing over note, is stated very clearly. But now wait till we notice now that even with the increment, we not reflect it. Employers then go grumble to you, then go tell you, say, in fact, for let them salary increase, some of them are cut their salary. I guess somebody will go on social media and type under me tweet. Very frustrating. They say, in fact, in the reduced by in money about 400,000 instead of the increase. A day, right now, anybody check it, they see I'm not.
Current minimum wage?
The money then they pay them, the salary then they pay them. You they expect say when they say minimum wage for increase from 800 to 1,200. Some employers then, if they pay you a minimum wage of 800, they increase them by law 1,200. Some will be fall within 1,200. Maybe the own salary self go increase, maybe to 1,500 or 1,800. This guy he go on my social media handle and state very clearly say, in fact, before the money increase, reduce. He said then cut 400 per money, all renting and they. But again, come to think about it, even with the increments, we also get serious challenges. First of all, we get a bloated wage bill. Government gets a bloated wage bill. Will this government be the campaign? When President Bio been then at the opposition, he said we been just the employ and the create embassies then unnecessarily under an escoroma. He said we can cut down on the wage bill. But what he do? He increase more employment for government. He make sure say he create more embassies and diplomatic missions then appoint more people than an escoroma ever did. Because we been to look at the wage bill and see say most often they run at a deficit budget. The money where government they generate not enough for support the wage bill. So as a result, we APC, we are very careful. Will not just be the employ, be the managed employment. There are a lot of vacancies at NRA, at Ministry of Education, and many places. President Bio campaign on that platform day. He said he go run a sizable government, he go reduce, so appointment that were not necessary, but to see a lot of appointment that some of themselves now duplication. And because now duplication, what happen at the end of the day, we increase the wage bill to a point that now even recurrent expenditure, government's not able to take care of them. Talk less of capital expenditure. Most of the money also they spend now, but they spend now on international travels. All under the capture now the wage bill. You see government go budget, the year another round and go supplement the budget. Because the one first way that they present, they go down, expend the money all, and at the end of the day, they say, do one back and add, called supplementary budget. Where they run at a deficit budget, all the things and they happen, we not go well. You see government, they pay millions of United States dollars to cap our ship. Where electricity, it come at a very limited rate. We pay huge money for electricity. Just yesterday, I did an office lights go. They say top up down there. Almost every week I buy top up. Why I check now, me orange money, wait till I get it. Now only 250. I buy lights 200. How much they give me 31 units? 31 units. Do you want them APC? We buy final add and they add for you. If you buy 100, they give 250. They give bonus. Now that's been the apple. Now not the apple, but millions of United States dollars they go to the car partnership. So it makes the question: what's in the apple? All the money that they would spend, how would they spend them? So if you count out, you see, law increase the minimum wage to 1,200. People and gladdy, but at the end of the day, not reflect. Sierra Leoneans and go grumble. Again, even if we increase the minimum wage to 1,200, then they serve not enough for support a lot of people. Take a look at waiting people and they pay for rent. Even if now one room and a parlor they live, how much they pay per year? That money not half and self. People and get mind they ask Sierra Leoneans for pay 25,000 leons per year. Then they receive 1,200 leons. You go buy rest back 650 or 670. Then there's somebody correct me say now 678, not to 650. At the end of the day, you get for pay transport. See how fuel don't increase. If you pay transport, some people they pay 50 leons for go work and for return. If they pay transport for picking them for go school. But now transport will be they pay 50 leons. Now you pay about 100 leons and above, 120. So all of that, make a little sense, even with the 1,200 increment. A lot of things they will governments for address immediately. Again, if president make pronouncement, say minimum wage for increase from 800 to 1,200, the private sector I not say go comply, but we government now we first forbid the people that wait for comply and expect the private sector for follow suit. But if the government make pronouncement, if the president says this, the Minister of Labour communicate them now policy statement. So then for ensure say they also inform and emphasize to the Ministry of Finance, especially the Accountant General's office, for effect all then changes that day. And note most of the comment that we people and give and some of the challenges that we government they go through with this the recent pronouncement we are going to highlight as they go ahead in the discussion.
All right, let's bring in Mike Pereira, the Director of Communications at the Office of the President. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I sure say you don't follow with waiting Minkailu don't highlight. Firstly, Minkailu gets the question, the pronouncement where the Minister of Labour be make concerning the increment of the minimum wage bill from 800 to 1,200. According to as of this April, where UNA as a government pay salaries to workers, this increments not reflect. People and still receive the same salaries. In fact, for some money even reduce.
So I've made that very clear on the sister TV. See, me and the man notice you don't talk about government policies. So I don't know why you asked me, but to answer your question straight up, there are a few things that we'll need to establish, let people understand. Yeah, Khadija. First, local government, almost all government workers are not they pay the minimum wage. So now we try to understand the dynamics there. Minimum wage, the one way they pay minimum wage, mainly in our private sector. Something then janitors, they would work, and then restaurants, housekeeping, not even they pay minimum wage. So when you say government workers, I don't know any government worker would only pay 1,200,000, right? I don't know of that. If anyone there would like for the person, show me that. So let's understand something. This is the problem that we have narrowed our national conversation on politics so much that we are not even paying attention to the basics and the facts. To start with, government's not going to make a statutory announcement like that, say minimum wage in a 1.2. Not for the first time this will don't raise minimum wage, Khadija. This is not the first time. Now, don't work. Or raise them up to 800 and later don't raise them to 1,200. So what is it? Not only first 10 this will not raise salaries for teachers. We've raised salary for teachers will reflective up to 70%. We've raised salary for nurses, we've raised salary for policemen, we've raised salary for council workers, we've raised salary for healthcare professionals, CHOs, community health workers across this country. So not to today. So if a government make a statement like that, say minimum wage for come up, then somebody in our social media will write say they're reducing money. It gets upside for go complain. If Labour Ministry don't announce in this for key every single union, if you don't get your money, go to Labour Ministry, go to complain. Then we'll call your employer. I know me say government. If you look at the Accountants General payroll, I don't believe anybody they wouldn't pay 1,200 in this country. Any government worker they wouldn't pay so. I stand to be corrected. Yeah. So certain conversations when when people don't know about it, don't come on TV and try to politicize them. It is not nationalistic and not good for this country. They can we go any side. It makes the conversation becomes very, very narrow.
So
talk about council.
You make mention, say not to the first time this way governments under President BO don't raise minimum wage. You say that the second time this. And according to the Minister of Labour and Employment, we've been playing clip earlier, where we make the announcement in December 2025. That 1,200 units where government said and they raised the minimum wage to, supposed for coming to effect this past April. It don't reflect.
It don't reflect. Yes, no, statutory, it don't reflect. No,
so then pay government workers the 1,200 units this April way pass?
Nobody listen to what say. I just make them very clear, say, I don't know of any government worker where they pay 1,200,000. When you talk about minimum wage really they reflect to people they know that they're janitors, where they work at any bank shop, people they work at them to government workers when they pay so. I don't know of any government worker where they pay minimum wage. Governments always they get statutory standards and more than they pay the workers. So it's about minimum wage. It reflects more on like the one that they work at the bank shop, the one that they work at hotels, then janitor, the one that they do housekeeping. So if the employers are not paid any money, They get right for good lady employer complain. And get labor unions and for they complain too.
But government don't check. Government don't check for ensure say the policy statements will come out to the public. People adhere to, because according to the minister, it said the president made this confirmation after where government negotiate with the employers them. So when April don't come and pass, government don't check if the employers then really pay the 1,200 loans to the workman them.
So before I come down on TV, I spoke to the Labour Minister this morning. He told me said I don't get any complaint of that yet. Yeah, I say anybody don't complain. Say government not able to check every Lebanese shop. Government not able to check every hotel. Government not able to check. That's why we have structures. We have labor unions. They get structures and they will say they complaints and they go. What government can do? Government will make them very known to everybody, to make her popularize and let people understand so that the minimum wage this. Like this, your employer don't for pay you less than that. And not mean say that the threshold that your employer don't for pay you less than that. If any employer pay you less than that, you get right for go lay complain. I have for go lay complain. Government will make that very clear to everybody. So when people come and sit on TV and national TV and talk, say government, reflect it, they don't pay workers and meet Khadija and Mabel. With the payment of workers, I doubt if people even know, say, right now, anti-corruption, they call an audit. Me, self-self, they talk to you, they don't pay me for 2 months. Why? Because the need for doing what we call asset declaration. So most of the workers that will not do asset declaration, it's when they not send the form. There was a problem with the glitches of the forms and follow field. They not pay people the it. They also delay. So later when you fill out form, they find out say your salary they come inside this past 2 months. Your salary they delay. Some people then will get it now. Some people then get that back. But anti-corruption, you can call and ask. They are doing that every worker certain grades which they if you declare what you get the asset declaration. I started to talk to you, I just feel me on. Mr. said I'm not paying for 2 months. I just feel me on. So these are all modalities the way government they put in place for make sure say the I call it the public service architecture will revamp and make sure say person imbuing big 5 changes will adhere to them.
So for you, believe waiting Minkailu they talk say as of April when I pay salaries, this minimum wage no reflect on workers then we supposed for get increments and salaries?
Yeah, man, I've made that very clear. It's not about me and him. I'm just making this very clear to the people of this country. I see unions that I talk to and you directly say it is not true. The minimum wage is reflective. You got a lot of people that wouldn't pay that money. Labor unions, Ministry of Labor. I spoke to the Minister of Labor this morning. There have been no complaint of anybody where they don't pay below that. And I make this very clear also. If anybody, they wouldn't not pay. They pay 800. They not pay at this April 1.2. They still pay an old money. At the time to make a go complain at labor union. Or like go to the ministry and go complain and make that very known. Because compliance also, some other maybe private entities them something and not they comply or all that. But for say government make an announcement, the government will reflect to that. That is childish to talk about. Yeah, because people to the government not the salaries Khadija. We don't know that. We don't need salaries for teachers. They reflective. We don't need salaries for nurses. They reflective. We don't need salaries for Jamaica. They reflective. We don't need salaries for police people, healthcare workers. In fact, this September 2026, there's also 20% increment for all civil servants and they could be reflective. So when people sit and talk, governments only will make them proclamation and they're not reflective. And this is a danger because everything in this country we try for politicizing.
Mike, you say anybody when no say it work and they pay 800 loans, where April on pass if the employer not give 1,200 loans for go complain. We all know the way how the society they take some of the issues. There are people where they work for freely come out and talk about some of the issues. They are waiting at the protection mechanism where they in place for person where perhaps they don't pay 800 loans, go complain, it can't still get in job.
Sister Mabel, we are all citizens of this country. We have a moral and civic responsibility for make sure say we follow up on things that we matter to us. Yeah, the responsibility of a government and for establish the rules and make sure you enforce them. How government will enforce them rules and if government no. If for instance you did liberty, when we did liberty, so now I walk having when I know they pay the 1 2. How we get from no dandy? How we gonna know that? Now until the worker will come and can't complain, say, oh, when I don't raise minimum wage, or me the work liberty now, they not pay me 1 2. Then that becomes a concern. Yeah. So until we citizens themselves we step up, this is not citizens' rights. We not need for shy away from or decide say, oh, we not the talk, let and not sack. We understand where they come up from. People are afraid, job hard to forget now. People are afraid to say, but people have to speak up, and that is why we make it known. That's why we popularize it. That is why they come on the radio with the speak say the minimum rate wage don't go up. You when an employer, if you get people that when they work under you, they pay them lower than the minimum wage who government don't put out. That's a crime. You say you violate and flout the labor rules for this country.
All right, Mike, we'll come back to you soon. Let's just bring in again Minkailo.
I don't want this to be back and forth with me any. If when they ask me question, ask me one time, then I don't want that. I can stay and they listen back and forth with me. And with all due respect, Khadija and Mabel, please.
Mike, yesterday we been informed you say we will get this conversation. And in as much as you day out of the country and the time difference, we appreciate you agree for wake very early for the part of the conversation. So just kindly hold on with own segments, then you can left the conversation now, please. Minkailo, Mike don't come out and challenge say some of these things where you bring out not so fact, especially we come for do with the minimum wage where the Minister of Labour and Employment be announced as a policy statement as directed by His Excellency the President. For I believe say anybody who suppose for get increments don't get them.
Yeah, Khadija, first of all, I decided not for respond to Mike we been the talk out of the abundance of respect to get for liberty. But some of the statements that we make, it should say is shallow in knowledge on governance, very shallow in understand how the country they run. It just limited now one corner in a state house. We don't even know in job description properly. Now we get a lot of government workers and where they receive the minimum wage. We get people that we government employ, we are janitors. We get people that we are drivers. We get people that where they do various jobs. With a part of the wage bill where governments employ. So governments, the minimum wage, they cover government and the private sector. We need to know that clearly. And we as it done for talk, even where we been the APC, we meet some government workers that where they pay 21,000 leons. That's now not 21 leons. We meet people that when are teachers that we receive them kind of money than the teachers. You want to tell me say teachers not the part of the payroll? Not the government, they pay teachers. Where we come, we increase them from 21 leons, so meter in 2007 to 500 leons. You want to tell me say that are not the part of them? You want to tell me say the cleaners that we government employ, the drivers that we they employ, some of the nurses there, where they receive a minimum salary, where most of them don't even get PIN codes. They all know the part of them. Now, me not they just sit down and write something on social media for cheap popularity. Anything I write, I go down research and well, I get me facts them very clear before I write them. And this one, not to anonymous, so this boss here, in name day, somebody, they send me tweets, somebody take them from X, me X page, he post on Facebook. This person go comment under the, yeah, the person name clear, the name Ambassador Septimus Sano, na Facebook. He said it was never affected. That is the change. Payments, delayed payments, and the minimum wage rate for increase. He said it was never affected. He said, in fact, they are even cutting from the little we have been receiving. He had say, for the past 3 months, my salary has been reduced by 400 yuans, and I don't actually know the reason for that. Now I put emoji, also somebody they cry. So we need to know this.
How the social media space talent now. Why you just want for take a comment from somebody who comment under your page as a gospel
I don't write based on the comment where the person make. I write based on the facts that I get. The person can for corroborate what they say. I don't rely on what he tell me. We for not say Khadija, we don't serve our government. We get networks across. We get sisters there, we get relatives that we work in our government. We get people that we are nurses, we get people that we are driver, we get people that are the police, we get people that are the military. We get people that outside who get family relations. You get somebody who call you, grumble to you, say not receiving salary yet. Somebody go tell you what they go through the money where they receive as salary. Nah, well then let the public be the judge. Let the public be the judge.
Say some of the things they are way you they bring out not only true, and this not a public media.
Khadija,
for a whole director of communication at the presidency office to come and say all man don't receive salary.
It's himself not receive salary.
They say because of audit way
so now
declare
no, it is not only limited to audits. Government is constrained. Most often government they take overdraft from the private banks for even pay salaries. Then they take money, then they take loan. We need to know this very clearly, Khadija. But this conversation not just limited to me and Mike. Me self, I don't think say Mike get the capacity for sit up me. He say you know one sit up me, don't talk say no they sit up me. I don't know if you not balance the balance because you know one can studio let not run again today.
No.
You go talk say they out of the country. No, I'm too good to be true. Maybe not balance you go the balance because no one can take to heels today again. But the fact of the matter is when we sit down for discuss issues, you will get integrity. We get deep knowledge in governance. Where you're not shallow, you need to conduct a research before you can as TV or radio and sit down and talk.
The Minister of Labor and Employment.
Khadija, not waiting the Minister of Labor say this is what is applicable.
Everybody don't receive salary.
Now, waiting the happen at the country. Yes, I tell you say government delay for pay salary. I say on the 27th April when I be holiday, people be expected they for pay before that time. They not receive their salary. I tell you say by Labor Day they not receive their salary. But I also confirm to you say. For the past 72 hours, government don't begin pay salaries. I confirm that to you. Then I for say even when government they pay salaries to the banks, they know. When workers they queue now banks them. When police and the military and other government workers they queue in a bank for go take salaries, so they know. Because who said they go to the banking hall, when they do transaction, you go meet a long queue, say a salary then they pay. So this is not a secret. Even if you open phone line, you know, they go tell you say waiting in Kailu the talking correct. Right now you go on a Facebook page and go make comment, they say waiting in Kailu the talking correct. We not just go sit down for reprimand government, but when things then they happen we not correct. I mean for all government to account, that is what makes us an opposition. But for can't sit down say me no want sit down with that man, waiting that man they talking not correct, and begin to make some comment there, then comment and they go warrants a reaction from me. And if you be doing a reaction then they for don't make a run back. Now we could not just need for the make comments. But I just ignore Mike and go to the topic, the merit of the topic under discussion. I don't say this statement with this guy make now me post. Not that I rely on for rights, me message you are right. But it corroborate me story for tell you say what at the top now facts. I not just see that right hand, but it's very important and a fact. Now make it go corroborate. When they talk about salary, minimum wage, 1,200, I don't think say even the minimum wage, when 1,200, it gets your own challenges. Because even that minimum wage, governments not the ensure say it reflect on time. But even again, we get labor laws in this country. We talk say we employ people them, if we also help them in terms of rent. How many people they receive rent allowance? Way accommodation very very expensive. Waiting government for they think about now how they go create opportunity for low cost housing, especially for government workers them. So at least if they get outside and they pay small money for reside, their salary then go able to manage and beaucoup things they for do Khadija. So when we sit down for talk, I want them might know clearly say sometimes they go finally just get civilized conversation. Let we talk, we bring out the issues, let the public judge. The public go dey in the position for judge. The one that set for the work for government and the private sector go tell you say waiting in Kailu they talk now too. And this one way they say nobody no carry it for complaint. Government forget a monitoring mechanism. Government forget a monitoring mechanism. Government for know if waiting president they make the policy statement the way they make, if they reflect therefore no. Not to pass people and grab them, can't complain. Say, oh, now be say let them increase your salary and they don't increase it. So no. Government for able monitor for no say this reflect or not through the banking system. Who been counter they will be get paid master them. Then they put money in a Ghana must go, they go and pay. We say no. Every government employee forget an account. Will they pay it through the bank? Nobody know they put money in a Ghana must go travel as far as Kaila and Kono for go and pay for reduced corruption.
Right.
We need for no all length in the day.
Kailu Koroma, continue for doing it we in the studio. Well, we continue the conversation we get for do with the minimum wage. And we all know say the Sierra Labor Congress, now the body we set up for ensure say then seek the welfare of workmen them all over the country. For sake of this conversation we get for do with the minimum wage, let we just hear it from the Sierra Labor Congress if they don't get any complaint, if they instead don't watch for know if the minimum wage reflects this past April. We'll join on the phone now, Edward Kamara from the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. Let me get an update on this. Good morning, Edward, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Yeah, good morning and thanks for having me.
I guess on ourselves now the Sierra Leone Labour Congress being no say government announced in December 2025, say by April this year they don't increase the minimum wage to 1,200 leones. Firstly, confirm for us if on the Labour Congress don't get any information regarding this increase from any workman.
All right, the minimum wage will come about when Labour Congress puts a proposal to government for a review as per the law. Which every 2 years we can negotiate and include the minimum wage. Yes, the new minimum wage we agree on now 1,200. We don't become law from the 1st of April 2026. That's not we own responsibility to ensure that the minimum wage is reviewed. But as we talk, yes, we don't get few complaints. We don't get complaints from a particular company where the moment where the minimum wage notice come out, they put up a memo to tell the workman and say the minimum wage will increase and as at end of April they will get 1,400. Unfortunately, with the month done, they not pay them the minimum wage. We don't also get reports from local councils. We then also be aware that the very hopeful that the minimum wage will increase, so the basic will also increase. That when to complain and then we don't get that. We will wait by next week also. We will follow up with NASIT. Because you know, everybody will go pay the NASIT contribution from the workman then. It's supposed to pay at the minimum wage. So we will therefore do a follow-up discussion with NASIT to ensure or for check if any other employer pay the contribution of 15% less than what the minimum wage requires. So before I answer your question, yes, we don't bring a complaint. And another one where we get, we're investigating that because somebody does bring and to notice. I think I also send on social media that even the government workman them, we will get 900, we will get 1,000 at the same old salary they receive. But what that means? If the minimum wage is now 1,200, you pay 1,000 to link you owe the workman 200. When that 200 will be called salary differential. So in most cases, if we get them complaining, they will confirm them. We will go to you, the employer, to see this person will be preparing 1,200, will pay 1,000, so you owe 200. Hopefully, sometime the next month's payment, then we update and pay the 1,200 plus the minimum wage we require. But as I say you, the answer is true. Some people don't pay and they not pay the minimum wage.
All right, thank you for that clarification there, Edward. Where you give at the breakfast show this morning as we continue for discuss the issue of minimum wage, where you don't confirm say yes, una as a Labour Congress don't begin for receive complaints say some people receive salaries this April, but that no reflect on the minimum wage. Mike, that's na confirmation we'll just get from the Labour Congress.
Hello, are you there? Hello?
Yes, Mike.
Yeah, say that again.
I said we'll just get a confirmation from Edward from the Labour Congress, when the Secretary General of Labour Congress, we just confirm say they don't begin receive complaint from some workers, then say they receive April salary, but the minimum wage not reflect. As you say, the Minister of Labour tell you say it don't reflect as of this April when they pay salaries.
Well, when I can call the Minister of Labour, I'll tell you, say Labour, I talked to her this morning via even through text. I get a text on my phone, not to even phone, because I call her, I don't get I call her through text. I'll tell you, say the ministry don't get any complaint about this. You know, listen, Khadija, let me try to establish something here. This is a law in the country. Now we understand this first. It is a law. I don't know how we want to look at government. Would they take government as a joke? This is a law that has been established, say, now this they for pay people, for pay anybody na say a little below that. If inconsistencies there, other employers then they will not adhere to that. That's not to government, too much government in your problem. The people them where they work like them for they complain and government follow up on that. But government don't not put what and do where it be say not they follow up on that. I just give you an example. Say not today we don't begin his salaries. We don't his salaries up for nurses, we don't his salary up for teachers, we don't his salary up for policemen. It's all reflected. It's all reflected.
But Mike, you hear it from Edward just now. He even make mention, say they even don't get complaint from government workers where somebody receive 900 and then same 900 they receive. Their increments not reflect.
Well, that has to be verified. Yeah, at Labour Congress, they say a good way they may complain. I don't know how they don't take which side they don't put the complaint back to forward and to the higher authorities, or that has to be verified. But what they try to talk about here is teachers, the basic teacher TC salary that around 1.3 million, and they paid I don't know the thousands now, it's confusing me. 1,300, and they pay basic TC holder. So where after you say minimum wage, you know of any government, even the janitors and what they work like government, they're not they pay them below 1 2. So if you say you need a pass-through accountant in general, then accountant general, total government don't put law and those say them for pay everybody 1.2 million, 1,200. Accountant general potty money or payroll potty money. That is something you have to complain about. But what you mean try to talk about here is government some go put what and do and say minimum wage is 1.2, then it's not reflective. No, it's not possible. But that's a law in the country. Go through parliament, it's a law. It's a law. Government will go say that they pay people the 1.2, then they know they pay people then that. That's not true. We'll get institutions, then we'll get people them when are private businesses and sometimes we want to play with the law, we want flout time. Just like our instances, like on our way there, liberty, I don't know how much we pay on our workers and what this month's done. Government will know about all lengthing and labor. The key thing here is it's been announced. It is a law.
But Mike, charity begins at home. In as much as you seem for the center, like for the private sector, I just draw your attention. Say even government workers, them, their own mouthpiece when at the Labour Congress where they seek their own welfare, don't confirm say government workers then they will not receive the 1,200 loans where government say then supposed for receive.
That's why I said that has to be verified. Yeah, the I call it the Labour Congress Secretary General, my Congress, when I talk, say yes, I don't receive complaint. That has to be verified. If I don't believe if I be asked him because he was coming muffled and nobody gets loud and clear. If I don't ask him, if they complain, say away, don't get, it don't fall down to the ministry, it don't fall down to the appropriate authorities, and we can take charge on that. That's what's in I want to let people understand it. This is a law, Khadija and Mabel. This is not something for you to sit for the argument. It's a law. You also get to understand back, say, how the payroll system they work back. You understand, say sometimes payroll, then they how you call it, when they do their accounting and they do one mid-month. So certain inconsistencies they come out from that. But you not go tell me say government will don't put what and do say that the minimum wage for the 1.2, then we are not paying obeying, you are not following to that. Not already good a government like that. This is not the first time government has raised minimum wage with reflective. This is not the first time government has salaries for workers across this country. This is not the first time they pay people there. Yeah. So then there is no law when we talk about saying, oh, they for pay independence holiday. There is no law in this country. Maybe I missed that. We say, like statutory law, we say people that never pay them independence, they for pay them before that same day. Now, out of kind of good gestures, no more governments will they do. But there's no law. There's no statutory law. We say, what's in the law say, when months done, they for pay you. No law, no, they will talk, say, they for pay you before months done. So sometimes, let's talk about issues that are really, 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 really pertinent. Issues really affect people. Not just for small things, you can't sit down already, you don't say, you go chastise government, you go call out government, or you go talk anything about government, we're all right. Yeah, this is a law. The minimum wage is 1.2. I spoke to the minister this morning. They say he hasn't had any complaint yet. I don't blame you for not ask Edward if you don't inform the minister. Because this is how we do compliance also. If you don't inform the minister, but the minister told me not get any complaint yet to say the minimum wage is not reflective. Because the argument here is whether it's reflective. The question here is some man get her, some man not get her. That should be the conversation, that should be the debate. Why some man not get her? Now which organization make not paying in workers than 1.2? Which one they don't pay 1.2? So that should be the conversation. But you saying it's not reflective, that like the entire Sierra Leoneans where they survive on minimum wage, nobody know they will get the minimum wage of 1.2. That is misleading to the people of this country.
All right, Mike, thank you. We join with this morning on this conversation we get for do with the minimum wage. It'll be a pleasure for get you.
It's a pleasure.
All right, that's Mike Brewer, in the Director of Communications now State House. We be they clarify on the issue we get for do with the minimum wage. We still get Minkaelo Payambako with we in the studio. We still believe say as of April, where government pay salaries, workers do not receive the increments where the Minister of Labour be announced last December, so as of April 1st. Then they increase minimum wage from 800 to 1,200. Then later we go look at inside the drug scandal where Salon they go through now, as Spanish media they report say then seize 140 ton of cocaine where they believe say link with Freetown ports. Well, when they come back to you, Minkaelo, before we can talk to ONS, you don't listen to Mike, we don't listen to Labour Congress, we don't confirm, say, yes, they don't begin for receive complaints from workers, then say the increment on the salaries will be supposed to affect this April, it not come to pass.
Yes, in fact, Mike, he owe me an apology. Because you see, the policy from Labour Congress don't corroborate what are right and what you are for talk. Una self need for give me some commendation because you self know they are critical questions. You and maybe last what you are right, not correct, say not rely on social media post no more. The truth of the matter is, me not a researcher. And in research, we get what we call random sampling. So for you get organizations we don't call Labour Congress and say they not receive the change way for happen, happen. They get people from governments back we call say the change not happen, not reflective. Also the pronouncement of the minister, and the pronouncement of the president. I think say done enough for draw a conclusion. Say not reflect it. So waiting as they have for say not only we just want chastise government as Mike go want to let the public believe, but now responsibility as opposition, civil society and the media for all government accountable constructively on what they say. Not because of who sit on now. Government just make pronouncements say minimum wage for increase. So the sum amount of 1,200, reflect. Nobody no ask question, nobody no one know, as if civil society no day, as if opposition no day, as if the media no day. So in government, you get for take criticism, constructive one them. And if you're ready for accommodate them criticism, then if you're ready for dialogue, if you're ready for engage, and sometimes if you're ready for accept some fact them, because they're undeniable. We need to know this. Might get the bold mind say, no government work cannot do. where they receive the minimum wage, and that minimum wage now for private sector, you know, cover government. No, that is wrong. Minimum wage now for both government and the private sector, people that will get employment. Now the public and private sector, now the minimum wage they cover. Now the Labour congressman even corroborates. He says some people will be they receive 800, 900, 1,000 as the case may be, still complain say the same money will be receive. Now no more, the changes not take place it. We're supposed to take place in April. This is May. It not take place it. They even also indicate very clearly say and that people then from councils, we say councils and government workers, not to private workers, then they receive the minimum wage, so they receive below than they self after the increment don't take place, and they receive below than they. So need for know than they clearly. It's a minimum wage, now law not to way for take careless way for council don't talk about. No. We know say some 10 day when president make pronouncements, you know, other people that we present appoint for serving very different capacities. Now them people there for make sure say president in pronouncement we make when a policy statement enough for don't agree. Not to like say a president will reprimand. Say president don't talk this, it don't happen. President go talk am. But to that then they mobilize the resources. You know, most of what things are rely on taxation. How they get then tax then they for pay salary. Sometimes they all waiting and they get away, not even do, then they go loan to the banks them, take overdraft for pay salaries. So people and they will need for work for let the president in pronouncements when a policy statement let happen. Office of the Accountant General, now one. Under the Ministry of Finance. So not only we just want to reprimand government or chastise government, but it is our responsibility to speak for the people. Mike need for know this clearly.
You think say monitoring now one thing we go unbug the implementation of this minimum wage? Because according to Mike, they not get any complaint yet. Although we asked them earlier if they don't check. They say they not get any complaints.
So
is it supposed to be that way? The people coming to complain, or you make policy monitor for ensure so you policy where you make people adhere?
Yes. So the body responsible for actually provide the monitoring as Sierra Leone Labour Congress. We need to know that when I don't interview the Secretary General of Sierra Leone Labour Congress. And let Mike also know say the importance of Sierra Leone Labour Congress cannot be overemphasized. But now one of the body that way very important. Now they bridge this between the employers and government and the employees them. I mean, then they advocate for welfare maximization. Then they see say they not take advantage per person. Then they see say the welfare of employees and they maximally guarantee. And again, where even government they set up institutions. Sierra Leone Labour Congress, in most of the institutions that they then bought them, they are represented. For example, you go to the political parties registration, Sierra Leone Labour Congress get representative there as one of the commissioners. Even the search and nominating committee, where we propose now, where if the amendment take place, come to effect, Sierra Leone Labour Congress get representative there. So there is hardly a government institution, the board or the commissioners with Sierra Leone Labour Congress no get representative, because then they for advocate for welfare maximizations for we the one that we now workers them, be it at the private sector they employ them or at the government they employ them. Might need to know also this clearly. So I agree with you, yes, for answer your question, Mabel, proper monitoring mechanisms for they, and government also need for the ensure say them proper monitoring mechanisms there. I mean, then they up to date with them. Because for let the minister say, you're not aware, say this no reflects, and Labour Congress, they report publicly say then get complaints from both the government and private sector, say the minimum wage will therefore increase from 800 to 1,200. You get 2-3 institutions that we don't call her, from the private and government for say it not reflect. I mean, government for be aware. The Minister of Labour, in particular, for be aware. Mike Wena, Director of Communications, the State House for be aware. There's freedom of information at this country. I mean, they forget a hub. Who's that information they filter? And they say for the take them up with the Ministry of Finance, and especially the Office of the Accountant General. Therefore, they at the neck, like the Minister of Labour, for they at the neck, for ensure say waiting the pronouncements we government don't make, it reflects. That is the expectation. So, for conclude, a lot of challenges and the way government they go through. Now we don't get a bloated wage bill, we don't get the money for support the wage bill, and most of the money that we get now on recurrent expenditure. We're not even spend on capital expenditure. Most of the capital expenditure that they do, like we are back on road construction or other infrastructure, I mean our development partners in the support we for do dandy. So get for look into them very seriously. The money wey dem dey pay is still small. Me, I be expecting for don't increase unto 2,500 minimum wage, or at least to $100. I mean, when at 2,370 or 80, as the case may be, to a minimum wage. Because down there, sometimes we will buy one bag rice, and you buy some cooking condiments, them we will manage till the month done. Other things that now we get for do with rent, transportation, medical. I mean, sometimes some people then go get other source of income for address than they. But the burden on the people like too much. The ordinary man they go through a lot. I mean, they increment them boku, and I believe say government for address are effective immediately. Let President award not for them. We want by May ending of May when they pay for meet up June. Let everybody talk say the minimum wage don't reflect, and that waiting government talk it don't happen. And that's what they look forward to.
All right, many thanks. Minkailo, we join with this morning for talk on this concern where you get on the minimum wage. We can talk to the security sector now. As you all know, yesterday they pull a press statement for inform the general public concerning the scandal where they go on now on the international media about Sierra Leone. A 40-feet container where they say they seize in Spain. And Spain, according to waiting and put out na their own media outlets and that, and they link this vessel, say it come out from a particular port na Freetown. Well, the security sector been pulled a press statement yesterday, outside and say, although the Sierra Leone police and the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority they not receive any official communication yet from the Spanish authority them, but the security sector na Salonia say they don't begin interagency investigation for know exactly why this ship come out and the port movement, because according to the Spanish media they say it left Salon on the 22nd of April. So the security sector na Salon say themselves don't begin their own internal investigation. So they can't talk to ONS for let them tell we waiting exactly then they investigate. But quickly, let's just take this break.
I can go ahead.
Surprise on the mix.
For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Stuff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices come. Hi yeah. Credibility, now we ability news, give the views, the tell where you want them.
Alright, welcome back. It's still at the breakfast show. They come to in Liberty Online TV, and we still not see this segment. We can talk to the security sector now in the office of the National Security ONS, where we see pull release yesterday. Also, then talks to the investigation regarding the cocaine saga and Sierra Leone involvement in all of this. Then say they do investigation. Although according to them, they say they not get any official communication yet from the Spanish authorities. Now the studio for can talk about this. I want for welcome Abdul Karim Will from the Office of National Security. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show, Abdul.
Good morning, Liberty. Good morning, Sierra Leone. Happy for there as usual.
All right, we don't see on a notice on a poll yesterday, and on a don't indicate say on a they do investigation for really waiting happen, and on also they claim so on not get any information yet from the Spanish. But let we just start first from outside the whole thing begin. Yes, on not get official communication yet from the Spanish authorities about this particular shipment where they catch the largest cocaine consignment in, where according to the news, then believe say this ship come out from Freetown. But what's make it take the authorities, them now the security sector for about 6 days before able to come to the public and talk about this whole issue we be done day now both local and international media. Why it take on this long?
So we think say in international relations, anybody will get something on in company. The first port of call na that in company day. Because we discover X, Y, and Z, we they point to you. And therefore, we want to inform you and see how some take it takes some time for letting country then they reach that conclusion and then reach out to in counterpart. And so then these and they will take so now for give opportunity to the authorities we allege say they arrest a ship will contain illegal substance them and now the waters so now they within their own domain. But since we wait and will not see anything happen, we now think say it's important for now we do a presser first for inform the public that yes, this thing don't be drawn to your attention, but not to from the authorities we claim for do the arrest, rather than the publications where they make the rounds, the international media, the social media, both locally and internationally. And given the image we they portray about the country, we think say it's important for let we step in. If they not reach we, let we find way for reach out to them so that we go collaboratively work on this or do the investigation. So if I for answer you, because we want to give opportunity to the authorities in Spain, where the information where they make the rounds and the platforms then state saying that they arrest this ship and the write-ups that we follow. Among the things that we then claim for be about the ship, he also states the ports, the last point also it depart from the port of Sierra Leone. So that's not the reason.
So authorities reach out to Spain in all of this?
So even before we reach out to the authorities that Spain or any other authority or agency, we want to do our own homework. First of all, for set up a committee, we get a kind of a structured mandate for reach out to the relevant people away for reach out to. We ask we own questions then we tick the boxes, and then based on the questions all they raise, we now reach out to the authorities, say we see this kind of publication. First of all, for inquire whether they are aware, whether they put them out, and how we go for partner with them for unearth the circumstances leading to this arrest. Because now about the image of the country and international traveling, especially we get for do with sea voyage, a lot of things they happen. It only takes an organized system for be able for unearth anything that would happen. So now the seas. Now that now the what is it? The committee in itself where they do the investigations, an interagency one, and they don't begin the investigations as to whatever they don't do now and not get that information they forgive out to the public, because we don't want to forgive piecemeal information. But we I can assure the public now that the committee don't be constituted and it drawn from the relevant agencies we get a responsibility for respond to them kind queries there, and then they do the needful. When they reach conclusions and findings, we'll come back to the public and inform them accordingly.
You could agree with me, say, in recent time, not to the first thing this drug issue, they happen internationally and they relate them to Sierra Leone. And una the security sector many times can come out and say una they do investigation. But the outcome of the investigation there, now one where the public knocking no. For example, from where the police say then they investigate for no Udana Omar Sharif, up till now, they not come to the public. And according to reports na the Spanish media out there, then they link this particular shipment to this individual where the IG of police say, then Sabiana Salon as Omar Sharif.
So the police go respond to that one day, because like you say that they didn't give that information.
But not only part of the security sector.
Yeah, specifically on that one day, now get the requisite information for comment on that.
ONS not been the part of that investigation they for try for no other than this Bello Jos, where the Netherlands government believes say it is Sierra Leone and they enjoy state protection, and then we don't ask the Sierra Leone government for send them back to them. ONS not be aware and another part of the
So we are aware,
investigation there.
and all of the correspondence or the literature around Bello Jos or Umar Sharif, all of it are just allegations, sabi allegations. And then we all concerned, and the police IGP, a member, being there on media, on record, for say they do everything for unearth the veracity of this allegation. And it also been come out in a publication saying they don't do several hits and several quarters. All of the hits and all be proven for be futile in terms of locating this person we name Umar Sharif or Bello Jos. I mean, some investigations can be long, it can be protracted, but depending on the nature of the offense or the personalities we involved, you get for exercise patience for people for unearth that particular thing there.
So for Mona begin investigate issues that we get for do with drugs. Una still there on the investigation there. Una not able to unearth anything way for come to the public.
Several things. I sure see the public they follow that on several occasions we not only do seizures of consignment, we do seizures of the proceeds of then consignment, then crime then they we arrest people, police investigate them, charge them to courts do trials and convict them. If
But
you go now, we
got
several.
just the one the way they do the small trade them. The one them way responsible for bringing kind of the country, where fingers don't they point out to at some point when I can pull release when they go raid certain individually us. But the public not hearing that again and they the investigation and they die.
So we draw the public attention to the thing that will happen. All of the chains. Starting from the term, for example, we do arrest, interdiction, now the port. To the tell way they hand over to police do investigations. To the tell way police charge the matter go na court and waiting the be the conclusion of the court. It tell you say not to people who they sell slings, 1-2 slings that they will talk about. Now people will engage in large scale drug dealing. Nationals and foreign nationals, inclusive, whether they're Nigerians, Guineans, Liberians. Sometimes they say, don't investigate and convict a Gambian person. We got huge cache of cocaine now we airport. So we already remind the public that a member that in several press conferences where police a whole, they not only they can't display them people them, but then they also tell you about what may happen in some other risks what they've been doing. The people what they've been can't display ahead of them and they didn't display so and waiting at the outcome of their convictions and they. But people in jail now, where they talk so, where they in for 30 years, 40 years, 45 years, 15 years, 10 years. I think at the list of people where they behind bars in respect of this one, and they in the hundreds, in a huge number. Where they in that category, and not to ordinary people, not to ordinary sales people. Now people will be bringing a huge consignment and will come after them.
When you talk to some set of the public, then go tell you say as long as Umar Sharif Bello Jos still the salon, unaga for the get the issues they are.
So we appeal to the public for let we be genuine about then claims that they make. If you get credible information relating to Umar Sharif or Bello Jos, do you make her available? If you think say you're not too comfortable with one particular agency, talk to other person. Meaning one person as an individual, we go wish for see and witness who say this so-called enigmatic Umar Sharif day. If it ain't a salon, because it amounts to nothing other than bringing a bad name onto the country. We go wish for get that kind of person if he didn't alone, help authorities and wherever they be for prosecute and find this person wanting where he guilty.
Now almost 2 years so now una the security sector they look for this individual Bello Jos who una sabi as Umar Sharif. Una not able for track him. But reports after reports coming from the international media Then they say Oman Sheriff dey na salon and they enjoy state protection.
Na
Is
perception.
it that una not get the right technique for clamp down on Oman Sheriff?
Na perception. The same international media where they report so, don't they on the lookout for Umar Sharif? The thing the way they say he did not Turkey, say to the tell they say he moved, go to Russia, and all of that, they still able for track him. He only don't appear now like say we want for scapegoat Sierra Leone because they also don't talk now say this person don't move to Salone because at some point pictures make the round say or videos make the round say it be in a some function na Salone. But that I been doing here today, no mean say I there all of the time. This kind people, including the enigmatic Omar Sharif, now people already on the run, now people already hard for track because by the nature of even the thing they already engage in, it's so organized that then they get support from every corner where they think about the routine from other rogue elements across the world and so on and so forth. So you why see what they look for an aya? Say for example na Upalo, the person don't even dey na the wider waters.
So una the security sector believes say Oman Sheriff not the salon again.
I know
don't do extensive raid
from
and search una no will say.
As far as the police concerned, and the recent publication, the most recent publication where the IGP talk about that matter day, say we don't do extensive raids. Why should they consider for doing raids then? But so far, the raids are not able for on earth say this person there. However, we call on the public, especially so where some members of the public they insinuate say this person in a particular location and that kind of thing. Give you the information there anonymously if you think, and then help we follow we do that investigation because on taking day we can see that the police will go there every side all of the time. The public can get certain information where the police don't get. So help the police with that kind of information there, or help the security sector with that kind of information there, so that collectively we all go play we role, follow we unearth that kind of thing. If now in really now irresponsible for sovereignty, how they point out to Sierra. But let us state say something it appear like say when we arrest drugs or we catch people in organized criminality, that salon it happen. I mean, it not give me the truth. The fact remains that boku ten they don't arrest drugs and when they come out in a secured ports. Then ship they come out in a secured ports by we own estimation. The most recent arrest will do of 461 cartons of royal tramadol, prohibited illegal substance. We can dock now the port of Sierra Leone. Now from the port of Mumbai, when India. By every indication, you go expect say, you not forget that kind of security. We don't arresting them now with port. We come out from England. We come out from the United States of America, and so on and so forth. You go only now want for partner with the authorities of that country there for help them with information relating to this kind of thing, so that they then say go monitor the modus operandi. Because once you go get control till they happen at the immediate port, you don't get same control within it happen now the wider seas.
So at this stage, you say when I don't set up interagency investigation on this whole issue. Waiting at the responsibility of the one them where they investigate, waiting there for unearth.
Broadly, now for look at all of the circumstances relating to this allegation where they make the rounds. Because we still consider for me an allegation and a very serious one. Waiting at the ship, in ownership. Who's one at the ship? When he left a salon, waiting happened at salon before he left a salon. Usa it traverse as he go in terms of Usa a dog, Usa a not dog, waiting happen along the route and all of that one day. And for ascertain whether the consignment within a claim say they find on board that vessel day. Now actually from report it come out, or now Usa exactly it come out, and now Uda they responsible for Dockham inside it. So broadly now that one day, Uda play which role? And how we go for unearthed people in there and bring them come to book in support to these authorities then. We don't make that allegation there of that arrest. We see pictures, we see videos of images where they show say indeed there are these consignments. But if you look at the cargo itself, all of the crew now that ship there now non-Sierra Leoneans. the flag of convenience where the ship they carry now one of a Comoros island in nature. So one for find out all of them today, whether are the people them, waiting at the relationship with Sierra Leone, waiting happen along the line. And that make a press release. First of all, acknowledge say this thing not be drawn to your attention, but not from the Spanish authorities or any authority. We don't claim for make this allegation. We don't claim for make the allegation of arresting this kind of consignment of ship. We come on as alone. Rather, it don't be drawn to your attention to social media or someone that posts it. But because we consider for be very serious, make we say the professional investigate them because we take them for be very serious thing for clarify the misconceptions if there are or for ascertain or corroborate the information where they don't put so that they will come back to the public.
Investigations not new to salon people when the incidents here can happen. The thing where most common, the investigations now can come and tell the public not to investigate, but wait till they not go ever see that the outcome of the investigation. This mandate we on don't give this interagency committee. Now for how long?
So in investigations generally, it's difficult for you time them. Whilst we want to for let it happen as quickly as possible. You know, also pinpoint say let it be for 1 week no more, let it be for 2 weeks no more, let it be for 1 month. But when they look forward, say this committee will don't be constituted when they do this investigation for swiftly look at all of the evidences within the capability, within the capacity, forget the evidence and come back to the public. We want them for let it be 2 weeks. We want them for let it be 1 week safe, as the case may be. But therefore, can pinpoint now say if at that contact say this investigation they go on for 1 week no more, then 1 week going down the line. We'll not forget any cooperation from the authorities in Spain. It will be difficult for we to reach a conclusion.
The trust of the public, they begin lost because no sooner you give somebody a responsibility, you not get any timeline, it means it can take forever because the Omar Sharif investigation are one clear evidence where police don't tell an accident they investigate and they not get timeline and it will ever happen because over 1 year on they investigate up till now tangible reports not come out from that investigation. Now I don't can launch another investigation with same issue we get to do with drugs we connected to the same person where on unable ascertain whether it is salon or not for the past 1 year.
Well, we not go draw conclusion say this particular arrest or allegation of arrest related to that same issue there.
But that's what the international news says.
That relationship they will establish when we set reach we own conclusion in terms of the investigations.
Well, I don't know when we go reach conclusion.
So whilst we want for give public all of the information we they're supposed to get, we also want to be very careful not for raise the hope Pusa will not say really unrealistic. If I say now 1 week, then it means by 1 week textbook we able to come out with XYZ information. But for assure the public that we very much concerned now that make will take every step we credible, we reasonable for ensure say we establish the facts behind this one.
Why the people
trust me, apart from
we're able to establish the facts and behind this
because we don't have several other things. We don't do several other investigations will lead to the arrest, incarceration, investigation, and detention of people. Now we said if you go the records.
Down on Omar Sharif.
That is if Omar Sharif in a salon, they could insinuate. If he didn't a salon, I tell you, I know if Omar Sharif, this person, Omar Sharif,
but he was there as at the time when they defend him.
As at the time, no, that tell you when they defend him, that be that tell now that tell you now the pictures them or the I call it the videos that begin for show. Where that event they don't happen like a month down the line before this
government believe say it is salon.
That is your belief. And we work with them for ensure say we support them in that kind of thing there. We say don't get similar situations, so we don't request from the dot authorities for them to cooperate with we on several things. They will give you some kind of picture different from 1 week. Really give you the impression say they want for support that we can demand all the raise. But that notwithstanding, because we know that apart from the dot authorities requesting from we for bring come somebody when they don't tag for be an international drug bearer we associated with Sierra Leone. We go on for do everything for on at that kind of thing for bring.
But the political will day for lay on a release Omar Sharif to the Netherlands government we want to go serve in several jail terms.
So now the perception of politicking in this particular thing we in the sector, crime na crime, we know the color am. We know the give any kind of inclination apart from the fact say an organized criminal team. We will come after that person if we get credible evidence and that kind of thing. Now that make I re-emphasize that if the public gets information about the location of this person, what we know get, bring and come to our attention. And then hold with foot to the fire. Say, I don't tell you say this person there and that. I don't lead you to ram. I don't give you all of the evidence and will not take action.
All right, many thanks. We join with this morning for can talk on the investigation where una don't start for know exactly who say the vessel where the Spanish government sees we get for do with the largest ton of cocaine so far according to the reports them where they don't put, and also then they link them to Freetown. As una don't hear from the security sector, they don't mount an investigation, an interagency investigation. They want for know the reports them with this particular vessel pass, they want for know other and other involved, and as soon as they get all that relevant information according to will and go come to the public and put an out there. Many thanks for joining me this morning for can give this update to the general public.
Plenty thank you, Khadija and Mabel, for giving this platform and for assure the public that we remain committed in this and let them support we in this particular venture and other ventures in the car that we don't support we.
All right, so they can talk to Orange now. As you all know, the Orange social ventures, the calls them still open. You can know the latest update, how for go about for apply, waiting at the money we involved. If you're a startup entrepreneur, you want to seed money, now your opportunity this for apply for this particular call, and you will get the opportunity for be the next tech queen, as they don't need one for the past 8 years. So they can talk shortly about this call before we wrap up the conversation this morning. Let's just take a short break and come over to Orange, where they can explain about this social venture call.
Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the executive power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the way you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the executive power. Count on me anyhow. Liberty we want, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Reviews, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the executive power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them.
All right, welcome back. It's still a Waji Breakfast Show. They come to you live na Liberty TV, and we're telling us say this segments before we wrap up. We come now Orange Sierra Leone for can talk about the Orange social venture. Also, I want for welcome Amadou K. Kagbo from Orange Sierra Leone then Digital Center. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show, Amadou.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
Alright, this is the 8th edition of this social venture. I know say most people now when are subscribers now Orange Sierra Leone could only get the information about this particular social venture. But just for the one them way perhaps no yet say we just start from the first, waiting the whole social venture they about and how they go be part of them.
Alright, so let's just paint a picture. Young people, then they grow up, then get dreams, then get things where they want for do, then get things where they want for achieve. But then, you know, say we're young, you're limited by finances and the things them we're able for do, exposure. So the Orange Social Venture Prize, a day for tackle that problem day. So through the Orange Social Venture Prize, Orange, they open a hand and welcome young people, young entrepreneurs, young innovators, people who get technological idea, we want for solve problem in a saloon. but they not get the upper hand for do that day, then can apply through the Orange Social Venture Prize, and then get the opportunity for win money. We're going to help them for scale up that idea day, and also they give them the necessary exposure. We go put them in that spotlight for investors and people who get interest for investing in salon, for investing the ideas in this. So now then the Orange Social Venture Prize the target.
Una be don't put out this call for applications. How long una still they open them, and for somebody interested for the part of this 8th edition of the Orange Social Venture Prize, how you forgot about them?
Okay, so when we put out the call, we start them in March. The call they run for end May 10th. But then we they get feedback as people and they apply. We get feedback from the public, because we not just they run the OSVP in Sierra Leone, we they run in 17 other African countries. All who say Orange get footprint. So the feedback all they get now that a little bit challenging. You get some requirements them where you need for able for submit your application. Like one of the things them, like if you say you get an idea for transport materials then from one point to another, they need like a video of what you talk about. So you need for get that solution they ready and then make a video and then link them to your application. So some of them constraints then they make, we don't extend the time. So if for the application process for done the 10th of May, but then now we don't extend them up to the 16th of May. So we don't extend the time for give young people ample time for able for go through the application process and apply with the idea. And the platform where you go able for apply now www.poisam.orange.com. You go there, you create your account. If you know ever apply for the OSVP8, you go you create your account and then you fill out the details them way they ask you for. But then for somebody we go on for know like the things them way the application require. The first thing that the fact that the person for done 21 years. 21 years and above, you eligible for apply.
Because that's how they want to ask you, say we get bonus youths there now. If I get any age limits, let adults like me not go apply, so me not youth.
well, normally way to they look at now from 21 to 35.
Okay.
But then the principal applicant for they within that age range there. But notwithstanding, we also know say young people in the age range of 15 to 19 or even 20 can get some of them kind of ideas there. So what you go do now that we encourage application in groups. So if you're below the age, you can form groups of people where they above the age. So the principal applicant ain't go there above 21. We go make that idea they eligible for apply. So that person they now go apply. And then also the business or the idea where you want for apply with, enough for don't exist for more than 5 years. If for they between 5 years and below, because we actually want for look at ideas where they struggle for funding. If you get a business idea where don't pass 5 years, they chase 10 years, then have a full-blown business, maybe na other constraint and challenge they face. Not of funding necessarily na the problem. So the idea for they between 5 years and below.
All right. For somebody who might don't they apply on previous calls they already put out, is still eligible for apply back?
Yes. So because the Orange Social Venture Prize na a one-off competition in a sense, like the national competition where the winning prize na 200,000 new loans. Now one person they win them. Not to like them get second man, third man. And they give the one them way no win. Like last year, so the one they will not win, they give the opportunity. Maybe they're not able for revamp the idea, they're not able for see lapses, they don't fix them, and they give the opportunity for let them apply again. And then, of course, we get the category for woman them, where yanda na woman them no more they apply, we call them the Tech Queen Prize. Yanda na 120,000 new loans, woman them we get ideas we want for solve problem them way Sierra Leone and then the face. So woman they can apply and that, but not then they not limit say the tech queen prize now they all the woman them for apply. The woman themselves eligible for applying at the national competition for win the bigger prize. But the only thing no more for encourage more women for see that women themselves participate in this Orange Social Venture Prize, we get that special category there.
Waiting at the deadline for this second lap of the call.
So just like I say, it will end on the 10th of May, but now we don't extend them on to the 16th of May. So the 16th of May, now are the final deadline, because we get other processes them we'll get for take after the 16th of May. We get for do evaluation at that point. Now we, based on the questions them where the platform they ask you what way they apply, we evaluate based on the answers them where you submit. So let's say if somebody not 21 yet and then they go apply and then they ask her you don't 21, he say no, the evaluators then they evaluate you based on their criteria and then other business related questions they within at the platform.
For somebody who don't they try for apply, but they get challenges for finding a way through the platform, unana the center gets any support where una they give to people or they get challenges?
Okay, yeah. So this year, one of the things where we do for the Orange Social Venture Prize, now that we not just stop the sensitization free tongue. So we get the Orange Digital Center na number 1 Alpha Wuri Drive, Hill Station, where if anybody there within Freetown, they get challenge, you can go there any time of the day, 9 o'clock to 5 p.m. You can go there, we give you the necessary support for able to apply. If you're there in the regions, we get regional offices across the country. You can go now all the regional offices them and then just talk to anybody who meets. They say you come with regards to the Orange Social Venture Prize. Then they link you up to it and then we self go support you. But then we get the Orange Digital Center Club, where we get one na Makeni, na the University of Makeni, where they provide similar support as we say they do na Freetown. And then we get the Orange Digital Center Club na Every Nation College na Bo, where then self go able to help you in the same way. So them place they are all na place them where young people can able for go and seek support if then they get challenged.
And are free.
And are free.
All right, many thanks. We join me this morning, Amadou, for can talk about this call for the Orange Digital Center owner put out for look out for the next tech queen and other people away on our for help with startup entrepreneurs. Then well, if you don't listen, you get on to the 16th of May for apply. If you get challenge, you go na the Orange Digital Center na number 1 Alpha Way Drive na Hill Station. If they meet somebody, they will go assist you and you go ask all the relevant questions where you want to know about the Social Venture Prize. And this is the 8th edition where the Orange Digital Center they do for lookout for people that will meet all the criteria we then go support. Many thanks to the entire production team we support we for bringing this edition come to you. Now the breakfast show go left you for this week, and I want to say a happy weekend to everyone. Mina Khadija Bango they say bye bye.
All right, well, till we meet again at the other side, Mabel Kabade say get a lovely weekend and goodbye.
Where heritage meets progress, Sierra Leone welcomes a new chapter of regional cooperation. From the 4th to the 8th of May, Sierra Leone will play host to a vital regional dialogue, the 32nd Conference of Directors General of Customs.
watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.